Mr. Chen, a police officer, to join us in today's program. Can you tell us about the numbers of the national holiday? Well, the first chart is the flow number of the toll gate. So from the 30th to the 6th of October, the peak was the first day and last day, that is today, of the national holiday. And the flow of traffic reduced due to the raining weather. But now we can see a major recovery of the traffic flow. So from the numbers, we could see the changes of the traffic flow from the first day to the last of the national holiday. So from October the 5th to the 6th, you could see that the number of cars is about 140,000 to 150,000. But due to the effect of tsunamis and raining season, the flow reduced for about 2 days, and then it picks up in the last few days of the national holiday. The second chart is the number at the provincial level. You can also see the number of the passenger cars, the sedans. Altogether, on a daily basis at provincial level, there are more than 4 million vehicles, like the sedans, which can go through the toll gate for free during the national holiday. And this is up by 17% to 20% respectively. And the operation of the highways in the national holidays are remaining normal. So the traffic flow increases on a daily basis to different margins and extent. It's still a bit rainy, and you can see some sluggish road. So what kind of preparation have we done to cope with extreme weather conditions? Well, we have done a lot of preparation. For example, we put up signs to remind the drivers to watch out for heavy rain. And also we have set up special installations, such as we add lamppost and also alert and to warn the drivers to drive safely. Well, I think driving during raining days and during night are both challenging. So what other preparation have you done? Well, G92 is one of the busiest highways of Ningbo, and the highest flow can be as high as 180,000 vehicles. So we prepare this kind of emergency vehicles, such as tow trucks, at every site and every toll stations. Once there is an accident, we can arrive in time and address it properly, and so as to avoid traffic jams. So it's our priority to make sure that all of the passengers and drivers can return home quickly and safely. Well, you've set up this kind of special preparation, and also you have also streamlined the logistics during the holiday seasons. Yes, due to this large traffic flow, once a car or a vehicle experienced some dysfunction, or some they run into traffic accidents, it will have a very big ramifications, such as long time and long distance and large scale traffic jams. So that's something that we have to avoid. We must make sure that the vehicles actually flow, and so as to avoid traffic jams. So do you work with the other departments to make sure that the traffic is smooth? Yes, we are working with the medical and the fire brigade to make sure that everything goes smoothly. We need to work with the relevant departments to make sure that all of the preparation are in place, and once there's a need, the person or the car in need can get well treated. What are the other measures that you've taken? Well, in every 300 meters, we set up a self-service stations. Once there's something wrong with your car and you cannot find a stop sign, you can grab one of these this barricade at the emergency self-service station, and to help you to deal with the condition of your car. Thank you, Mr. Chen. We've just talked to a traffic police to know more about the coping tactics and the measures that is taken during a national holiday. Our next guest is Mr. An from the traffic department. Hello, everyone. I'm with the Highway Administration Center. So you've set up 9 lanes at the toll station, 4 in and 5 out. Yes. We actually adjust the numbers of lanes that is in and out due to the in-time traffic flow. Yes, during the national holidays, we would make timely adjustment to the numbers of lanes. Once we experience the return travel rush, and we would increase the number of traffic lanes that is inbound. That is outbound, sorry. During the return travel, the travel peak or the flow will increase in the outbound direction. So we would increase the numbers of the out lanes. Yes, we have also set up this kind of robots to help us to complete the lane switches. It is much more efficient than doing it manually. You've also mentioned the robots, so I'm very curious as to how it works. Can you tell us more? Well, in each robot, there is a positioning module. It will move to the designated spot, and it's driven by a solar panel. on each robot, there will be a flashlight to help give directions to the vehicles. So now we can practice lane switches. I can do that by switching the buttons. As you can see, the lights are now switching. As you can see, the robots are slowly moving so as to help the traffic, to help with the lane switches. How long does it take? Well, it only takes 2 minutes to finish. In the past, it would take about 20 minutes to set up the barricade. It takes 6 people to finish this, but now it only takes one. I can also hear some alarms of the robots. Yes. Besides the flashlights, it also have voice functions. It will give out warnings and remind the vehicles to watch out. How long have you been using these robots? For a year now. Because we are one of the busiest toll gates of the province expressways, so during the rush hours, there will be a major change in terms of traffic flow. Therefore, we sometimes need to switch the numbers of lanes every day. In the past, we have to do this manually 4 to 5 times a day. It's very time and energy consuming, and it also quite risky. Now with the robots, we can switch lanes more often if needed. And it saves us a lot of time and manual labor. So on an average, if you have to do this 4 to 5 a day, in the past it would take about 100 minutes, but now it only takes 10 minutes in total. Now you can see the lane switch is done. In the afternoon, there will be a major increase in the outbound direction. Besides the application of smart devices, what are the other techniques have you applied? This is a multi-function truck. It serves as a fire truck, an emergency truck, and also tow truck. It can help us to cope with some of the simple accidents on traffic on the expressways. I think this vehicle is smaller than the traditional tow trucks. Yes, it can be used as a tow truck and a normal truck, a fire truck, as well as a road lamp. So that's why we call it a multifunction vehicle. On expressways, we have to make sure of the smooth traffic flow, even while we are dealing with the travel accidents. With this vehicle, because it's multifunctional, it can only take up 1 to 2 lanes to address the problem, to address the accidents. The vehicle beside it is also a vehicle with integrated function of it can be used as tow truck as well as a tool to help the drivers to do some simple fixing of the vehicles. For example, it can help the vehicles to exchange tires if needed. Thank you. So we listened to the interview of the traffic police as well as the road administrator. A lot of the passengers, a lot of the travelers would choose more environmentally friendly ways to travel during this national holiday. And they would drive a e-vehicle, a e-mobile. And to drive an e-car, they have to know the locations of power stations to charge their e-cars. So, Mr. Chen, can you tell us more about the preparation at the charging stations? With the increase of numbers of e-mobiles in China, it now takes up 54% of the vehicle market. So about 4,000 e-mobiles will park in our service station, and most of them are here to get charged. In the past, we only have 4 charging stations. Now it has increased to 36, so as to meet the demand of the vehicles. We've also noticed that some of the cars may run out of electricity on the road. We would contact National Grid to provide mobile charges to the vehicles. So 4,000 vehicles, that is quite an impressive number. So with an increase of the charging stations, you also need to help them to facilitate and meet their need. So how long would it take for them to finish charging? Well, normally it would take about half an hour. But we also prepare this kind of supercharger, which is about 2C to 5C. It can charge a car in as little as 12 minutes, which will expedite the flow of traffic. Thank you. Thank you so much. We've noticed that the different departments have done a lot of work to facilitate travel. And that's all for today's live stream from my part. Good afternoon, dear viewers. I'm right now at Hongqiao International Airport, Terminal 2 at Shanghai. And now let's take a look at some of the situations at the airport. This is the last day of the national holiday, and all of the terminals are welcoming a travel peak, and so is Terminal 2 of Hongqiao Airport. We can see that a lot of the passengers are arriving with their luggage. According to the numbers, today the numbers of passenger arrival will reach a peak of 785 flights, among which 392 are inbound flight, and the total number of passengers will reach 72,000. Most of them are from the major cities of China, like Beijing and Guangzhou. So Pudong and Hongqiao are two major airports of Shanghai, and during the national holiday, the total number of flights reached 16,000. And on a daily basis, the passenger flow is about 33,000 person times, which is up by 14%. I'd like to show you this map. This would be the arrival of Terminal 1. This is the arrival area. So the orange and green area are luggage claim. And then you can see the exit. In gate 3 would be the access to subway, which is line 10. In gate 1 would be the place for taxis. And if you have someone to pick you up, you can go to B1, floor B1, to the parking lot. That is also the place for e-hailing. This is Terminal 2, and I'd like to show you how to go to the connective flight. So in about 100 meters, you can see gate 3. This would be the place for you to go to the taxi station. There are very clear signs. There are less than 50 passengers that are waiting, so it will only take about 5 minutes before you can get the taxi. And currently, there are more than 500 taxi that is waiting here. So you can see all of these information on the info hub. You can also see very large signs to give directions to the passengers. You can go to the e-hailing area, and you can also take the airport's shuttle buses. In Terminal 2, you can also see signs here that can take you to Hongqiao subway station or Hongqiao railway station. This is also a very integrated traffic terminal, and if you want to get e-hailing vehicles or someone is here to pick you up, you can go to B1 by the elevator on the left side to go to the parking lots area. So to ease the pressure of a traveling peak, the Transport Department of Shanghai also done a lot of work to ensure that everything goes smoothly. It focuses on the provision of traffic supply. For example, the working hour of the traffic of the taxi station is extended to midnight yesterday and today. And also the number of shuttle buses have increased. You can get on board a shuttle bus in every 20 minutes. This is the second floor of the terminal. This is for those without the baggage claim demand. They can just directly finish their switches and go to their next direction on the second floor. According to our information, the buses that connect the airport to the downtown has also been extended. The operation hours has been extended. And the same measures has been applied to subways, Line 2, Line 10, and Line 17. Extra trains have been set up to make sure that the return passengers can go to their destinations in time. This would be the elevator that goes to P5 to P8. It can also connect you to Pudong Airport, which is Airport Line 1. There are also information board, and as you can see, it lists the lines for the subways and the buses. For example, there are 2 bus stations and traffic centers at the east and west part of Hongqiao Terminal, respectively. You can get the information you need here. So you can see a very large traffic flow here. To make sure the accessibility service, if you have special need, you can also book the accessibility service on your cell phone. So this is a mini program, Hongqiao Airport. So for passengers of age over 60 and pregnant women and other people with disabilities, they can apply for services online. So you could book the service 24 hours prior to your flight. For example, you can put in your personal information here, and also the services that you need, also the time of your service. This will also help the passengers to facilitate their travel. Information desks are also set up at the arrival and departure area of T1 and T2. Yeah, you can see this very large travel flows from where I'm standing. I've also introduced to you different ways to continue your travel from Hongqiao. And from this year, a airport connect special lane will be opened up. It's in total 68.6 kilometers long, connecting different districts and also the two major airports, Hongqiao and Pudong. Connects 9 stations with a speed of 160 kilometers per hour. So it's a connecting train between these two major airports. This connecting railway can be accessed through very simple measures as as you take the buses or take the subways. By the end of the year, it will be put into service. It will only take about 40 minutes to go from one airport to the other. And currently, it will take 90 minutes by subway. So that will save about 50 minutes. And if you take the subway plus maglev, it's about 50 to 70 minutes, and it will take 80 minutes by the shuttle bus. By taxi, it will also take about 50 minutes, but will be much more expensive. So today will be the last day of the national holiday. And in Shanghai, the weather of Shanghai has been quite moist. It's been rainy yesterday and today. So we hope that all of the passengers returning can have a very safe journey. That's all for my part. And we will talk to other colleagues in the other places. Good afternoon. I'm in Hankou railway station of Wuhan. This will be the last day of the national holiday. You can see that a lot of the passengers are on their way back. What are the special measures that are taken? Now we have Ms. Xi with us to tell us more about the situation of the train station. So, Ms. Xi, we've seen an increase of passenger flow today, obviously. Let's take a look at some of the situation at the departure gate. It's a bit rainy today, which might have a slight impact. I think in general, the weather condition during a national holiday is quite satisfactory. Today, we are going in to witness more than 144,000 passengers. Normally, the passenger flow is about 90,000, so that's an increase about 40 to 50%. This would also be the return travel peak, and the inbound passenger flow is about 190,000 from the directions of major cities inside the province and also around the country. Well, I'm glad to see that everything is in order. To better prepare for the travel peak, we have deployed a lot of volunteers. Most of them are party members to help with the passengers, to guide them to go to different directions as they need it. They are also helping to give information. This would be the security check. And if you have anything that cannot get on board the train, you can self-dispose here. Here we have clear signs of what kind of things can be traveling with you. It gives you clear signs as to what kind of things must be disposed and what kind of things can be put into your luggage. Yes, and if you still want your stuff back, you can also go to the station that provides delivery services, express delivery services of Shunfeng. In terms of outward travel, we have also opened up the new temporary trains to go to different cities inside the province. For example, today we have temporarily sent out 159 trains to different cities. This is the first floor for the train station, and this will be the waiting area. And most of the waiting rooms are on the second floor, actually. So if you want to have the possibility to switch trains or to cancel your travel, we suggest that you do not print the blue reimbursement certificate, because if you print the ticket, you cannot alter it, cannot change it. In Wuhan, there are several stations, train stations. Sometimes the passengers would get confused. So we would like to remind the passengers, when you buy the ticket, you need to double check the names of the stations. If you arrive at the wrong station, you can also check if your train go past Hankou station, for example. If it does, you can also get on board here in Hankou. You can also do ticket changing here at the station or on the applications on your cell phones. What are the other things that you like to remind the passengers? Well, for the passengers returning, we are actually working with the subway station to extend the time of the last train, the extended time of operation of subways. So when will be the last subway now? It has been extended to 11:50 p.m. 11:50 p.m. So that will be the time for the last train at the subway. That is subway line 2. It will facilitate the travel of the passengers if you arrive at night. In Hankou train station, you are also a terminal for the railways as well as the airport. Now let's take a look. This will be the connecting service to the airport, Tianhe Airport of Wuhan. Here, through these machines, you can print out your boarding pass, and you can conduct self-check-in. If you have booked a flight, you can print out your boarding pass here. And you can put in your ID number here, or you can just swipe your identity card. What is the best way to get to the airport from now? We have direct bullet train to the Tianhe Airport. It will only take 12 minutes. It is much faster than the subway, the taxi, and it only costs 8 yuan. So 8 yuan, 12 minutes. I think that is really good news if you have a connecting flight. So during the peak season, you have very fast ways to get to the airport. What about security check and luggage claim? Well, in terms of the subways, we also work with relevant office in the subways. For example, the exit of the train station also have a direct access to the train stations, and you do not go through security for a second time. Today would be the peak, and the passenger flow will reduce in the next 2 days, and we are expected to see about 200,000 passengers today. We also would like to remind the senior passengers. And we also have direct elevators, lift over there to help with the passengers, with the people that are in wheelchairs or people with childs. A lot of passengers are traveling with their luggage. If you have very large luggage, we also suggest that you take the lifts. I think everyone needs to stay safe if you take the elevator. This will be the second floor, which is also the major waiting areas in our train station. This is for the priority passengers or people with special needs, such as senior passengers and pregnant women and people with disabilities. This is also the waiting area for people who will get a connective train. I think this waiting area is more pleasant, can help them to better rest. Let's take a look at some of the special services at the waiting area. Well, this is the Yellow Crane Tower. Also one of the highlights in the decoration here in the train station. Let's go to the waiting area for the passengers with special need. Well, this is mainly the waiting area for the special passengers, passengers with the connecting train ticket, and people with who travel with their kids. There's also a breeding room. So this place is open 24 hours a day. Now let's go to another waiting room. This is a service center at the train station. You can change your train ticket here. You can also seek medical services if there's an emergency situation. We also provide wheelchair services and special consultation. You can see that a lot of the passengers have already arrived at the waiting room to get ready to get on board. This would be the information board, and you can check out the numbers of your train. And the left-hand side will be in green color. These are the trains that are already in the process of check-in. And on the right-hand side would be the trains that will still need to you still need to wait before checking in. Most of the trains are in time, as you can see. Most of the stations are packed with the passengers and trains. And in front of each waiting room, you can see the numbers of trains. And you can also get a temporary charger over there. In the second floor, we also have a self-service machine so that you can complete the check-in service if you want to travel by flight. That is also a special connecting service to the airports. We can see long lines of waiting of passengers that are ready to get on board. So that is all for my live streaming today at Wuhan Hankou Railway Station. Thank you for watching. Good afternoon, dear viewers. This will be the last day of the national holiday, and I'm now at the Zhengzhou East Station, one of the most important traffic hub of Zhengzhou. This is the north entrance of Zhengzhou East Railway Stations. You can see the travelers going into the station one after another, and Zhengzhou is a very important tourist destination during the national holiday. Today we have a special guest, Mr. Gao, the director of the station. Can you, first of all, self-introduction, please? Hello, everyone. I'm Gao Shan. I'm with the administration of the Zhengzhou station. So what kind of preparation have you done? What about the number of passengers here? Well, the total number of passengers outbound is about 190,000, and passengers arriving would exceed 220,000. This is a very large entrance, right? Yes, this is the north entrance, and we also have a south entrance. There are 6 entrances around the stations. There are 32 checking stations. On the right-hand side, at the entrance, you can see the checking gate. At both sides of the entrance. You also have expressways to the airport, and also the expressways for passengers with a ticket to a train that will leave in less than 15 minutes. There are a lot of facilitating services for information getting, as well as some of the special situations and security check. We want to remind the passengers to not bring anything that explosive and also hazardous. This will be a display for some of the typical goods that cannot get on board. For example, charger is a very common object of the passengers. So with a power bank with that is less than 20,000 mAh can be brought with you, but you cannot be off limit. So if you have travel plan, make sure that you do not bring anything that is off limit. At each entrance, we have a disposal place here. Now let's go in to have a look. Can you tell us more about the ticketing situation? Well, the train that goes to Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou are already sold out. And we also see some tickets remaining to Xi'an, some other major cities in the province. So what are the measures have you taken during the national holiday? We've done very detailed analysis beforehand, and most of our staff, especially the party members, are working overtime. We are also helping the passengers with the connecting train. Have you sent out temporary trains? Yes, today we have 87 temporary trains, so as to provide better services to the passengers. You can also see very large screen here. Well, we have a very large screen at both in the north and the south entrance, providing information of the train number, the departure and arriving station, the time of arrival, and time of departure, and the ticketing office and waiting area. This would be the layout of the station. You can see the locations of all the check-in gates. We also have waiting area for special care passengers. What are these machines for? This is a self-checking and printing machine for the passengers. If a passenger needs to know about the information, they can easily print out the information that they need here just by replacing your ID card here. This is not the blue ticket that you get for reimbursement. If you want to get a reimbursement, you need to go to the first floor to print it out. In the East stations, we have this positioning machine that can show you the positions of the different checking stations. Because this is quite a big train station, you can search the train number, and then by clicking on the screen, it can show you the directions of the check-in gate. From the north gate, you could see this service desk over here. So from the north gate, you can see that the gates with the north entrance, you can see the gates with the smaller number are on your left hand side, and those with the large number would be on the right-hand side. So at the service stations, you can see a lot of passengers that are busy at work, providing services to the passengers. And also there's a screen that shows different informations of the trains. Almost all of the problems can be answered and addressed here. This is like a one-stop service hub, and can also provide simple medical assistance. We also prepare wheelchairs and racks if needed. There are a lot of machines that provide information of your trains. We also provide the sewing kit and medical kit. If a passenger has to switch trains, is there any service to facilitate them? Well, this is one of the biggest transfer stations. About 40% of the passenger flows are for transferring. So we've set up this double direction gate so that the passengers can switch to other trains very directly, very quickly. Well, that can improve the service of passengers that need to transfer to other trains. We also have a special waiting area for passengers that are on wheelchairs. We also provide one-on-one services to the special care passengers. The waiting area is at the southwest corner of the room, but we have also set up a central area to help the passengers with wheelchairs. This would be the waiting area for passengers on wheelchairs. There's also a special area for parents and for mothers who are taking care of the babies. There's a special nursing area. It's at the southwest corner. I think this is quite a big waiting area, and we have a lot of services. So on the second floor, there are also a lot of restaurants, which is also very important. Yes, we provide catering services to the passengers, especially on the second floor. On the third floor, there are some vendors, and the dining and the resting area would be on the fourth floor. I saw something very interesting. You can also print boarding pass to flights here at the station, right? Yes. We have a bullet train that connects the station to the airport. It takes only 20 minutes to get to the airport by the bullet train. So you can print your boarding pass and check in, self-check-in. It can also save time for the passengers. Can you help us? Can you show us how to operate this machine? Well, it's very simple. Just swipe your ID card and pick your flight and then complete the self-check-in, print out the boarding pass. It only takes a minute. It can be done at the train station. This is also the waiting area for the bullet train that connects us to the airport, so you can print out your boarding pass here. Do you have night trains? Yes, we have 30 more night trains that connects us to Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou, and Shenzhen. Yes, to my understanding, the tickets at the daytime have already been sold out, so some of the passengers will have to choose to travel overnight. We have also set up the screening gate so as to improve the level of safety at the train station. It can also provide information such as the numbers of carriages to the passengers. It can also give warning to the passengers if they come too near. That is not safe anymore. It will give out warnings. Thank you. Towards the end of the live stream, my last question is, what kind of reminders do you have to the passengers during travel peak? First of all, I think during the travel peak, you can come to the station as early as possible, and also make sure that you don't belong anything that is off limits on the train. Thank you. We hope that all of the passengers can have a smooth flight. Actually, we saw some traffic jam on our way here to the station. So make sure that you catch your trains on time. And that's all for today's live stream. Thank you. Good afternoon, dear viewers. This will be the last day of the national holiday, and a lot of you are on your way returning. We are now at Terminal 3 of Xi'an International Airport. Let's take a look at the situation of Xianyang Airport. Our special guest here is Mr. Xu from the airport. So we saw this very big national flag over here, a special decoration of the national holiday. Do you have more decorations like this? Well, on October the 1st, we have a special activity, including this symphony and the singing performance here at the terminal. There are 2 national flags over here. During the national holiday, we also set up 5 special display area with more than 200 national flags hanging in the terminal. On the right-hand side, there's also a display. This is a display of Qingqiang, which is a cultural heritage at the national level. So I think this kind of installation can help the passengers to know more about the local culture. So, Mr. Xu, can you tell us more about the passenger situation here? Altogether, we have 694 flights during the National Day, and the total number of passengers is about 1.05 million, which is up by about 8%. And on the daily basis, the number of flights reaches 994 flight times, and on the peaking time, the average flights exceeds 1,000 flights. So what kind of preparation have you done? Faced with the peak flow, we have opened up more traffic of passenger flights, especially that connects us to the key traveling destinations. We've also changed the size of the passenger seats and switched them to jumbo jets. So what are the major destinations? Beijing, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, and Shanghai. Kunming, Hangzhou, Urumqi, Qingdao, Shanghai, and Shenyang. These are our major source and destination of passengers. Xi'an is also one of the hotspots. So can you tell us more about the special services at Xi'an Xianyang International Airport? We provide special services to the special care guests and passengers. We've also have a lot of innovative products here. We also have this QR code scanning service to facilitate travel. A lot of the information can be accessed online through the mini program. What are these machines? These are self-checking services stations. In Terminal 2 and 3, we have the special checking area and to help the passengers with the self-check-in and you can also check in your luggage in the self-service area. You can also get in line to complete your luggage check-in. If you see someone with the red jacket, and you can consult them for more information. They would be our staff or volunteers at the airport. During the peak season, we have increased the number of staff and passengers here at the airport. This will be the check-in area for passengers. Right now it's already 21 past 4 p.m. All of the passengers are getting in line to check in their luggage. This will be the information center. This would be the video service. So with the face recognition system, it can help you to check the information of your flight. And you also have lost and found service. And also video assistant. So this center is called the service center for the passengers who are taking the plane for the first time. As you can see, there are some special tags that are here. And this, for example, this is for the passengers that are flying for the first time. And this will be the tag for the passengers that are of late arrival. This will remind our staff of the special situation so as to facilitate their services during security check and also check-in and boarding. So for a first-time passenger, you can put on this wristband or stick the tag on your chest. This is the tag for the late arrivals. If due to some situation you arrive at the airport late, you can wear this tag. During the check-in and security check, if you are wearing this tag, you can go through the special checking in and security check gate for late arrivals. It will expedite the whole process for you. Our staff will guide you through the process. So there are express services that are provided for the passengers that arrive late. Another situation that we sometimes run into is the loss of ID card. There are two ways to address it, online and offline. You can scan a QR code here to apply for a temporary ID card to help you to get on board the plane. And also, there is a police office here at the airport where you can also get a temporary certificate for boarding. Let's take a look. You can scan a QR code here. It will give you a temporary you can get a temporary ID card here. So all of the domestic flights can recognize this temporary certificate. So what if a passenger's flight is at Terminal 3, but he arrives at gate at T3? Well, we provide free shuttle buses from 4 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. on a daily basis. So if you arrive at the wrong terminal, you could go to the other terminal through the free shuttle buses. It will take about 5 minutes. You can also choose to walk to the next terminal. It will take about 10 minutes. This would be the luggage self-check-in for the luggage. Will it take longer or shorter time? Well, if it's the first time that you use the service, it will probably take longer. And so we suggest that you only use the machine if you have enough time. According to the reminder, if your flight departure time is more than 40 minutes away, you can go to the self-check-in spot. Otherwise, we suggest that you seek express services. The Xi'an Xianyang International Airport also welcomes a lot of international guests. So what are the special services to provide to the foreign guests? We've already updated our services to facilitate the process. And we provide special services to those who are here for the connecting flight. We have a settlement center so that the international guests can do shopping or buy tickets with their credit card or by scanning of QR code. Right now, it's about 28 past 4 p.m. The peak season would be 3 to 4 p.m. on a daily basis. And we can see that this is also a rush hour of a peak season, right? So what tips and advice do you have to the passengers? Well, during the national holiday, the passenger flow at the Xi'an Xianyang Airport is also increasing. We suggest that you arrive at the airport 2 hours ahead of time so that you can finish the checking in and security check in time for the flight. So that is our suggestion. Thank you very much, Mr. Xu. We're now at the security check area. We have Mr. Sun here, who is in charge of security checking service. So how many gates are there that can do security checks? We have more than 20 security checkpoints. We've also set up special lanes for late arrivals. So during the travel peak, we also would open up temporary checkpoints. We've also assigned more personnel to provide assistance to the passengers. What are the tips and advice do you have for the passengers going through security checks? Well, before going through the security check, make sure that you have the boarding pass and your ID card with you, and get them ready for checking. Please do not bring anything that is off limits or dispose them before you go through security. For example, lighters, matches, or cosmetics with a volume of more than 100 milliliters, power banks, we also have special specifications in terms of the power banks. This would be the disposal location for goods that are off limit. It has very clear display of the forbidden objects. If you bring anything like this, you can dispose them at the boxes. Yes, so the important takeaways are: prepare your ID card and the boarding pass before you go through the security check, and make sure that none of the goods in your luggage are off limits. These are our staff with the red ribbons on their shoulders. They can help the passengers that arrive late to expedite their security check processes. We have 4 special lanes for late arrivals. There's also a special lane for children. And we have a special lane for the first class as well as soldiers. On the right-hand side, there's also a police station that can help you to get a temporary ID card. And there's also a medical center in case the passengers are in need. So our colleagues from the police stations and medical center will provide services to you in the first time in a very timely manner. So dear passengers, we're now at the security check area of Shenyang Airport. A new Terminal 5 will be open soon, which is the largest terminal at the western part of China, and we are hoping to see its opening as soon as possible. So we hope all of the travelers returning to their work positions or return home can have a very safe flight. Thank you. Hello everyone, I'm He Chang at Beijing Chengde Expressways. So the near side will be the traffic that is inbound Beijing, and the far side will be the outbound direction. So as you can see, the comparison contrast is quite obvious. The inbound direction is much larger than the outbound direction. So Jingcheng Expressway is not the only exception. Let us see a map. You can see some green roads the roads that are with the color green, which are showing that they have very smooth transportation. But you can also see some red and yellow at different roads. Almost all of the inbound highways are now experiencing traveling peak. And this kind of special rush hour, will last until midnight today. Yesterday, the total number of vehicles of Beijing exceeds 2.7 million, which has exceeded a former prediction. That is the number of yesterday, but according to the situation today, this number will be even higher. So it is the top priority for highway administrators to make sure that the traffic flow can travel smoothly, to avoid traffic jam as much as possible. This will be the toll station of Beijing Chengde highways. As you can see, most of the vehicles stay at their original lanes. An important reminder, if you are driving back to Beijing, is that we can still see some traffic jam at the toll station, and the traffic is slower than the other places, which is normal at this hour. The railway and civil aviation are all witnessing major peak of traffic. The subway has already extended its operating hours today. To be more specific, at Beijing South Railway Station, the Line 4 of Beijing's operating hour has been extended to 12:30 a.m. Line 14's operating hour has been extended to 12 p.m. Beijing West Railway Station, Beijing Station, Beijing Fengtai Station, and Beijing Daxing Airport Station will also be extending their operating hours and adjust the time of operation in a timely manner. At the same time, buses, taxis, e-hailing services will also be provided at the important traffic terminals. That is all for my report today. Good afternoon, dear viewers. I'm right now at the city of Haikou. Today is the last day of the national holiday, October the 7th, and we are experiencing major traffic peak at different terminals, and also the highways are no exception. Compared to 2 hours ago, you can see that the speed of the cars have been reducing, but quite smooth after all. And a lot of people would choose to travel by their own cars, by their own vehicles. So we can see a major increase of sedans during the national holiday season. Today we have a special guest with us, Mr. Liu, a police officer at the Haikou city. So, Mr. Liu, can you tell us more about your work during the national holiday? We were actually patrolling along the highways, and there were 2 accidents, and we were handling the accidents. This will be the last day of the national holiday. Can you tell us more about the overall situation of the highways? I think we still see very large traffic. But we don't see major traffic jams. So what are the differences compared to the last year? What is the estimated traffic flow? I think the return